We've got Rita, you drew my attention to this story as well, that we are now going to be choosing our judges. Our legal system is going to include diversity and inclusion. Discredited, by the way, all around the world increasingly, diversity and inclusion. Everybody is seeing the failures of this system. We saw the Claudine Gay scandal at Harvard. We've seen endless examples of how this diversity and inclusion stuff is absolute poison. Now we're going to have it inserted into our legal system, Rita. This is terrifying.
It is. They're going to focus on things like cultural awareness and diversity, and away from what they call the traditional view of merit. So forget about most well-equipped to deal with a role, most qualified, most accomplished. No. They're traditional views of merit. And what about their cultural background? What about their diversity? What boxes are they ticking? I mean, is that really what we want in our justice system? Our justice system is already, if you ask me, corrupted by too many left-leaning ideologues who, and, you know, there's no surprise that we keep hearing about cases where you scratch your head going, how did that person get bail? How did they get such a ridiculously lenient sentence for such a heinous crime? Well, because these judges have been appointed and now they seem to be even more ultra-focused on these things. And remember, once a judge is appointed, it is a job for life. They cannot be removed unless there is some mass wrongdoing, but they can make...
Let's not forget quickly on that during The Voice, one of the justices or judges or whatever came out and was saying it was racist. For all Australians who opposed The Voice, 61%, they were racist. So that's the woke justice system. That's what you're in for. You go expecting the law, James, to give you a fair go, balanced law, blind justice. Nah, it's woke justice coming to Australia. It's already here, but it's going to get worse.
Can I just point out, too, I mean, the incredible hypocrisy here behind this. As if, first of all, that the court system isn't biased far enough to the left already. Let's just put that to the side. Everybody out there will have cases that they know of and that they're thinking of that thinks that's just, I mean, I can't believe that ever got up. But what the message is saying here, this is such a divisive message, because the message that they are saying here is that, sure, we're all Australians, but your race matters, your culture matters, your background matters, and so you cannot necessarily sit in judgment of somebody else in the court via the common law, via our judicial system, if you're from a different background. That is where this all leads. And so think about the cases that can then be appealed. If, let's say, a white justice gives a harsher sentence, or what a criminal says is too harsh a sentence for somebody from another background, they can say, oh, well, they must have been biased against me because they didn't appreciate my diversity and my culture. And then that becomes an excuse. And this is going to tear the country apart, just like The Voice was going to, as soon as you inject that racist division and say that only people of different races can get together and have the same views about things. Society is divided, falls apart.
There was a fantastic piece in the Oz on the weekend yesterday by Gerard Henderson on this issue, but focusing on Victoria. I think the headline was "Victoria's Shame: Police and Justice System Broken," and it quotes eminent people, including King's counsels, who are saying this justice system has been so corrupted that public faith has been shaken to the core. And it has, because we have seen case after case where you have the unequal application of the law, where you've got these double standards that are glaring. And if people don't trust their justice system, then you're on a very ugly path. And we're seeing in the US with the most ridiculous judgment against
We're
Trump.
talking about that a bit later on.
James,
We will, but like the fact that any judge could base a ruling on thinking Mar-a-Lago is worth 18 million, 18 acres of beachfront land with a 104-room mansion. I mean, it is the most insane premise. But we're nowhere near that. I'm not suggesting we're in that category, but it is just a dangerous road to be down. Everyone should feel like if you go before the courts, regardless of who you are, what your politics are, you get a fair hearing.